Welcome back to Gunners Update, the channel where passion for the Gunners meets the most in-depth updates, tactical analysis, and breaking news that you simply cannot miss if you love this club. I'm your host, and today we have an episode so packed with twists, revelations, and crucial storylines that it could define how Arsenal's entire season unfolds. From injury concerns that have everyone questioning our Liverpool game plan, to tactical dilemmas that could change the balance of power at Anfield, to transfer news that left Tottenham supporters shattered, this is the kind of Arsenal content that fuels debates and sparks emotions across the fanbase. Let's dive straight in. First, the Martin Odegaard injury update that's been keeping every Arsenal fan on edge since that tough shoulder knock against Leeds. Our captain's leadership and vision are central to everything Arsenal do, and seeing him go off in pain shook the supporters. Norway's manager has already spoken out, giving us insight into just how delicate this recovery is, and it's clear that even though scans show no long-term damage, the timing is crucial, with Liverpool looming. Will he be risked at Anfield, or will Arteta choose caution to protect the long-term campaign? That's the question hanging over us. And then comes the Bukayo SAKA dilemma. Our star boy, sidelined with a hamstring injury, has left a huge gap on the right wing, and now all eyes turn to summer signing Noni Madueke. Arsenal paid big money to Chelsea for him, and now he faces a baptism of fire, potentially his biggest test yet in red and white, against one of the fiercest teams in the league. But here's the million-pound question every supporter is asking. Should Arteta unleash him on the right wing to mirror Saka's role, or test him on the left against Mohamed Salah's flank? Former gunner Adrian Clark has raised real concerns about throwing Madueke onto Salah's side, noting that his defensive tracking isn't his strongest attribute. At Anfield, one wrong step could prove fatal, and Salah is not the kind of player you want to gamble against. That brings us to Gabriel Martinelli, a player who may not be firing in front of goal lately, but who never, ever stops running. His work rate, his defensive cover, his relentless pressing, all make him the perfect candidate to track back and support against Salah's threat. Pair that with Madueke playing on the right, his more natural role where his pace, skill, and flair can flourish, and suddenly Arsenal have balance. It's not just about attacking, it's about survival, counter-attacking at the right moments, and finding the tactical balance to withstand the Anfield storm. But the drama doesn't stop there. Transfer news has lit up North London, and Arsenal's capture of Eberechi has stunned the football world, not just because of the £67.5 million fee, but because the Gunners swooped in to hijack the move right from under Tottenham's noses. Imagine the heartbreak at Spurs as Arsenal once again proved they can attract the bigger players, showing intent and ambition. This signing, perfectly timed with the injury issues we're facing, could become the game-changer that transforms our season. Ease brings versatility, creativity, and that magic spark we've been missing when teams sit deep. And then there's the story of young blood. 15-year-old Max Dowen has suddenly entered the conversation as a future option, while Ethan Nwaneri continues to impress and remind us of the bright future Arteta is building. Add to that Fabrizio Romano's latest insights, confirming Arsenal are far from done in this transfer market, and you can see why this episode matters so much. This is about depth, ambition, and proving that Arsenal aren't just chasing the pack, they're ready to lead it. So here's the bottom line. Arsenal's trip to Anfield could be season-defining. The tactical choices Arteta makes, the lineup he fields, and how players like Madueke and Martinelli perform will not only shape the result, but also reveal how ready Arsenal are to fight for the title. Will Ease debut and light up the pitch? Will Odegaard defy the odds and lead us? Will Saka's absence be the story or the opportunity for others to rise? These are the narratives every Arsenal fan will be glued to. And that's why you're here, because on Arsenal Daily Talk, we break it all down for you, leaving no stone unturned. So grab your Arsenal mug, settle in, and buckle up for a deep dive into the tactical battles, the injury updates, the transfer triumphs, and the future stars that could shape our destiny. This isn't just a match preview or a transfer update. This is the heartbeat of Arsenal, the story of how we rise, how we fight, and how we prove we belong at the very top of English football. Stay locked in, hit that subscribe button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and join the conversation that every true Gooner is having right now. Because this is Arsenal Daily Talk, where every update matters, every tactical decision counts, and every transfer tells a story about who we are and where we're going. Let's get started. From injury scares that might decide the outcome of the Liverpool clash, to tactical dilemmas that will test MIKEL Arteta's genius, to transfer moves that prove Arsenal's ambition while leaving Tottenham fans crushed, this is the kind of content that not only informs you, but makes you feel like you're right in the middle of the storm. Let's go deeper than ever before because Arsenal right now stand at a crucial crossroads, and how we respond will tell the world everything about our credentials as genuine title challengers. Let's start with Martin Odegaard, our captain, our maestro, the heartbeat of Arsenal's creativity. His shoulder injury against Leeds looked worrying when he went down, and fans held their breath as he left the pitch. Seeing him in a sling was a moment no Gunner wanted to witness, but here's where the story takes a twist. Norway's manager Ståle Solbakken has given us hints into his condition, and while the scans revealed no long-term damage, the reality is that the pain he's enduring is still significant. It's not just about being fit on paper, it's about whether he can handle the intensity, the physical duels, and the emotional demands of Anfield on Sunday. That decision lies in the hands of Arsenal's medical team, and even Norway have admitted they're stepping aside and letting the club dictate. This uncertainty leaves Arteta facing one of the toughest calls of his managerial career. Do you risk your captain in one of the biggest fixtures of the season, or do you protect him for the long haul, knowing Arsenal's campaign is a marathon and not a sprint? Now add in Bukayo Saka's absence with that hamstring injury, and suddenly the task looks even heavier. Saka has been the Iron Man of Arsenal for seasons now, playing almost every match, rarely missing a minute, carrying the team with his brilliance on the right flank. But now that he's sidelined, it's time for Noni Madueke, the big summer signing, to step up under the brightest of lights. This is why Arsenal spent £52 million on him. This is why the fans have been buzzing about his potential. But now comes the test. Liverpool away, one of the most intimidating grounds in football. The question isn't whether Madueke is talented, we know he is. The question is where to play him. Do you throw him on the left wing and risk him defensively against Mohamed Salah, one of the greatest wingers of his generation, or do you let him operate in his natural right-wing role?